Everybody joins the military for like a deeply personal reason, be it patriotism, family tradition.
I come from a family of serving, so going into the Army would allow me to serve more people.
I had a good friend who was like, we could join the National Guard together. We get to go to college for free and we can use our college money to buy a car. It was something crazy.
I joined the service because I thought that we were in peacetime, and I thought that I just wasn't ready to go to college just yet. So I wanted to travel and have the opportunity to serve my country.
So you believe the commercials, right?
Yes. Yes.
It was chaos, man. It was really chaotic.
My commander said, Jones, our mission is to go down to Baghdad International Airport and provide gun truck protection for convoy.
I was a 19-year-old kid that was put in a position to be in like an armed diplomat, peacekeeper, and there's just no way that you can really prepare yourself at that age or even at the age I'm at now, in retrospect, for something this complex.
Every day, I would wake up in the morning and get a sensitive report as an officer in charge. It stayed with me. And then, anytime something happened, RPG attack, my soldiers get blown up, I had to write the incident report.
I noticed like during the middle of the deployment, people were like saying things like, man, you sleep weird, you're snoring in your sleep, you're moving around, stuff like that. I'd never snored in my life.
3 or 4 years after my deployment, I started to have dreams at night that someone was killing me.
Instead of getting my intel report, I read the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal every day. That was my morning ritual. I did some military stuff. And people would tell me, hey, are you okay?
It was at that point when tears started to roll and I couldn't stop.
One of the things that kind of helped me is because I had actually worked as a wounded warrior brigade staff officer at Fort Hood prior to my deploying. So it really helped because I knew a lot of the policies. So when I came back from country and noticed that my health wasn't where it should be, I was immediately able to kind of address some of those things by going to Walter Reed.
I was diagnosed with PTSD as a result of military sexual trauma, and they assigned me a psychiatrist, they assigned me a psychologist. I went through some different, programs, the CBT, the CPT, the PE, and those are all of the, and let me put it this way, every letter of the alphabet.
I wrote and I cried. And I think the first thing I wrote about was the youngest person in our unit, and he perished on one of my convoys. I realized through therapy that part of my PTSD was I felt deeply conflicted that this young man perished. And one of the things that the leadership at the DC National Guard, good friends of mine, mentors that I love. Right before I'm leaving, they said, Jones, you make sure you take these soldiers, take care of these soldiers, and you bring them all back. Make sure you bring my soldiers back, Jones. As I always said, and it wasn't meant to put any undue pressure on you, but when you don't bring them back, he said, well, why am I here?
People want to pretend it's kind of like a light switch that you can turn on and off. It's not quite that simple. It's something that every person, it's a unique challenge to everyone. Some people find it impossible to transition.
The VA has implemented their pathways to whole health and wellness, where they address the physical, the spiritual, the mental, and the emotional side of veterans.
The Veterans Cannabis Coalition advocates for equal access and to reduce the stigmatization of cannabis use, particularly in a medical setting. I'm not saying it's a silver bullet, but I'm saying it is an option. It should be available.
I would say for my fellow veterans, if something is off and people are identifying it for you, it's definitely worth looking into just so for your own sanity.
You're the best advocate for yourself, so you would know more or less where you are physically, mentally, if things aren't the way that they should be.
From the moment you come home, say, hey, my name's Bill, I live in Washington, D.C., I go talk to the Mayor's Office of Veterans Affairs, and now I'm on this track. Now I'm getting enrolled in VA healthcare. If I need counseling, I'm getting it. If I want to use my home loan to potentially invest in the district and stay forever, I can do that. If I want to use my GI Bill and go to school in the district, we can. You do not have to live a diminished version of yourself after your combat experience. You don't. I mean, you can actually be better than what you were before you went. It's just all how you wake up in the morning. It's all if you go out there and get the help that you need to sort through your problems.
No matter where you are in your struggle, you should always know that you don't walk alone. And if you are walking alone, don't allow yourself to walk alone. Whether it's another veteran, whether it's an organization, whether it's a friend, reach out. There's always an avenue for a veteran to connect with something that will help him or her along on their wellness journey. Your vehicle will come. Your wellness will come. Your friends will come. Your allies on your journey will come. And I say that with the utmost of respect.